Hi, everyone. It's Sarah, your friendly neighborhood prevention specialist. Today is Monday, the 8th. Yep, it's Monday, April 8th. I'm losing track of time working from home, I got to tell you. So, today we are going to talk about trusted adults, and we are going to read this neat book called I Said No. Now, you can go to Google Classroom, and I'll put that, if you don't have that link already, I'll put that link in the video when we're done. You can always just go to Google Classroom and look in the search bar for Beyond Survival, and it should take you to the list of classes. In there, you will find a coloring sheet, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's get right into the book and talking about trusted adults. All right. This book today is called I Said No, and it's by Zach and Kimberly King, and it's illustrated by Sue Rama. This is a good one. I think you guys are going to like this. I like this book. Okay. My name is Zach, and this is my mom. I had a not so good time at a sleepover party last year. Mom always said, keep your privates private. So, what are privates? Private parts for boys are the parts of your body that are under your underwear. Private parts for girls are the parts of your body that are under your underwear or undershirt. A good way to remember this too is that anything that your bathing suit covers, so your bathing suit area, see where you see shorts and an undershirt and underpants? Yeah, anything. These could easily be bathing suit as well. So anything your bathing suit covers. There are doctor names and lots of other names for your private parts. And I'm sure you've heard a few of them. And you can talk to the trusted adults in your life about what those words are. Your body is a wonderful thing. It is important to keep it healthy, safe, and clean. It is important to learn about your body. Even when you are a kid, learning about the world, it's natural to be curious about bodies. Say you're a boy, and like me, like the guy who wrote the book, my mom says it's natural to be a little curious about what girls' bodies look like. And it's natural for girls to be curious about what boys look like. So it's pretty natural to wonder. I wonder if they have the same stuff I do. And they don't, and that's okay. But mom says that once you're not a baby anymore, privates just stay private. Mom says that this is called modesty. Maybe you are a little curious about the difference between girls and boys, and you can talk to the trusted adults in your life about that. Some special rules. I'm trying to hold this up so that I can read it and you can see it. There are some special rules to learn about your private parts that are super importante. That's Spanish for important. My mom and I are going to talk about them now. These rules can help you stay safe and feel good about yourself. Because your private parts are meant to be private, there are only a few people besides yourself who should see and touch them. When you are a baby, the grown-ups that take care of you have to wipe your private parts to keep them clean and healthy. Your mom and dad have to clean up the mess from your dirty diapers. Of course, they also give you baths because you can't do that for yourself when you're a baby. When you are a little dude, like 2 or 3, you're just learning to go potty. You might have other words for potty, and you can talk to your trusted adults about that. When you're learning how to do that, sometimes mom or dad might have to help you wipe yourself to keep your private parts clean. Of course, that is okay. They are helping you and teaching you to take care of yourself. Sometimes you might go to the doctor for a checkup. If your mom or dad is in the room with the doctor, then it's okay for the doctor to examine your private parts. The doctor wants to make sure that all the parts of your body are healthy. And we have to keep everything clean. But parents, caregivers, doctors, and you are the only people who can ever see, clean, or examine your private parts. Examine's a pretty big word. So if you've never heard the word examine before, it means to look at. Parents, caregivers, and doctors are what we like to call green flag people. It's okay for green flag people to see your private parts when they are taking care of you. You may have other green flag people who are allowed to help you in these ways. Well, you can talk to your trusted adults about that now, who your other green flag people are. Red and green flags. See, there's a green flag right there. What do I mean by green flag people? So that I can remember all this important stuff, I imagine something funny in my brain. Imagine a ship sailing on the ocean and a funny little sailor. See, there's the funny little sailor. The funny little sailor is putting a green flag up over his ship. The ship that sails with the green flag on the ocean means that all is safe and the seas are gentle. Everything is okay. You feel safe and comfortable. You are happy. Smooth sailing ahead. But a red flag, see, there's the sailor and the red flag, is raised on a ship where there are dangerous seas ahead. Red means bad. Red means stop. Red is danger. Red flags should go up on your ship if you are with someone and you find yourself feeling upset, uncomfortable, lonely, sad, angry, scared, yucky, or in danger. If people who are not taking care of you want to see or touch your private parts, or if they want you to see or touch their private parts, put up a red flag. If kids or other grown-ups offer you things like candy, money, or toys to look at or touch your privates, put up a red flag. When kids or other grown-ups offer you stuff and ask you to look or touch their privates, put up a red flag. If you get that feeling inside that someone like this, that's what happens when you go live. Sometimes you make mistakes, and that's okay. If you get that feeling inside that something like this just isn't right, even if somebody tells you it is, put up a red flag. Say no. Those feelings are called instincts. Follow your instincts and say no. So you know how sometimes something's going on and you feel yucky inside? Maybe your head hurts or your tummy hurts and you feel like something's wrong. That's your gut telling you. Those are your gut instincts telling you something is wrong. And it's okay to get out. It's okay to ask for help. Those are your body's red flags. And we all have them. We all have them. Have you ever been watching a nature program and you see a whole bunch of deer or antelope and they're all in the field and they're grazing and all of a sudden all their heads pop up at once and they look over at something? That's because their gut instinct is telling them something is near that could be dangerous. So we all have it, and I want you to always, always, always trust your gut. If it makes you feel yucky, don't do it. All right. Treats, bribes, and threats. Notice how treats is in green. Bribes and threats are in red. Sometimes a teacher might offer you a lollipop for doing a great job listening, or a neighbor might give you a cookie just to be friendly. That's okay. These are rewards or treats, and they are just fine. But a bribe is different. A bribe is when someone offers you money or prizes to do something for them that you don't really want to do. If somebody tries to bribe you into doing something that involves privates, put up a red flag. If someone offers you a bribe, even if it's something really great, don't take it. Put up a red flag. You might want to talk a little bit now with your trusted adult about the difference between rewards and treats, or red flags and bribes. So a reward and a treat is something that you get just for being you or for doing a good job at something, and you don't have to do anything to get that necessarily. So if you got an A on a test and your teacher gives you a sticker, that's a reward. But if your teacher says, I'll give you the sticker if you do something that makes you feel yucky, that's a bribe. What ifs? If your friend, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, aunt, grandparent, teacher, coach, stranger, or anybody else asks you if they can see your privates or touch your privates, they might say, if you keep this a secret, I will buy you things. They might say, if you keep this secret, I'll be your best friend. What should you think? What should you say? And what should you do? Say, danger, red flag. Say, no, no way. Be loud and clear. Do, get the heck out of there. Tell your mom or dad or another trusted adult something happened that was very bad. If a friend, relative, caregiver, or anyone asks you to look at or touch their privates, what should you think? What should you say? And what should you do? Think, danger, red flag. Say, no, no way. Be loud and clear. Do, if you can, get the heck out of there. Tell your mom or dad or another trusted adult something very bad has happened. If you are in the bathroom at school and someone tries to touch your privates or wants you to touch theirs, what should you think? What should you do? And what should you say? Think, danger, red flag. Say, no, no way. Be loud and clear. Do, get the heck out of there. Tell your teacher really quickly. Your teacher will tell your parents something happened that made you very uncomfortable. If you're on the bus and someone dares you to pull your underwear down and she says she'll give you $50, well, what should you think? What should you do? And what should you say? Think, danger, red flag. Underwear is supposed to stay on. When somebody offers you money, that's a bribe. So what else could you do on the bus? Could you move to a different seat? Could you go and talk to the bus driver? Yeah, you could do all of those things. You're good at this. If you are at home with a babysitter and she says she wants you and your sister to play show and tell and look at your private parts, what should you think? What should you say? And what should you do? Think, danger, red flag. Say, no, no way. Be loud and clear. Do, get the heck out if you can. When your parents get home, make sure you tell your mom and dad something happened that was very bad. Maybe you would like to talk about a safety plan with your trusted adults now. It's always good to have a plan in place with your folks, whether that's your mom, your dad, your mom and dad, your grandma and grandpa, your foster parents, whoever it is that you live with. It's good to have a safety plan in place in case something bad happens, then you know what to do. And it's good to practice. You know how we have fire drills at school? It's the same thing. We practice so that if it happens, we're really good at it. Threats. Some red flag people really stink. They don't want anyone to know what they did. So some red flag people don't tell the truth. So if a person has touched your privates or they made you touch them, first they might try to bribe you, but they also might lie or threaten you. They might say, if you tell, nobody will ever believe you. You're just a kid. They might say, if you ever tell, I will never be your friend again. Some threats can be really scary for a kid or adults. People who threaten kids are using their words to scare you into keeping quiet or keeping secrets. If you keep the secret, they stay out of trouble. If you keep the secret, they can do it again to you or to somebody else. If someone threatens you and you feel scared, wait until you are alone with a trusted adult, then be brave and tell about what that person did. Even if you feel funny about what happened, even if you feel embarrassed by what happened, remember, it's not your fault. It's never your fault. You're just a kid. It's not your fault. Can you think of anything else a red flag person might say? Can you think of an example of a bribe? Can you think of an example of a threat? When I went to my first ever sleepover party with my best friend, and he said, "Did you know that all the cool kids touch each other's privates?" That was a big lie. He said, "If you don't touch mine, I'll never be your friend again." That was a threat. He doesn't sound like a very good friend, does he? I wouldn't want him to be my friend. I thought, danger, red flag. Private parts are not for sharing with friends. I said, no, no way. I was loud and clear. I got the heck out of there. I told his mom that her kid did something really bad. But what if that mom doesn't help you? Then what should you do? Think of a new plan that will help you. My friend's mommy sent me back to the room with my red flag friend, so I decided to pretend to get a terrible stomach ache. I stayed in the bathroom by myself until it was really late and everyone fell asleep. I was proud of my plan and I thought I did great. My mom thinks so too. What else could he have done? Could he have called his mom and said, "Mom, come get me. I don't want to be at the sleepover party." And then told her either in the car or when they got home what happened? Mm-hmm. Yep. He could have called someone to come get him so that he could go home. Or he could have asked his friend's mom, "Will you please take me home? I'm not feeling well." He could have done that too. So talk to your trusted adults about what you can do. If somebody does make you feel unsafe, uncomfortable, alone, frightened, or sad by something they've said or done to you, remember, it is not your fault. You should tell a grown up about it. There will always be someone who will help you. The people who take care of you need to know and they want to know what happened to you. If for some reason you just can't tell your parents or caregivers, who can you tell? You can tell a trusted adult like other adult relatives, maybe an aunt or an uncle, neighbors, the police, firemen or firewomen, teachers, adult friends, emergency operators, 911. And tell someone. Tell someone you trust. Even if you think it isn't a big deal, even if you're scared, even if you think they may not believe you, even if you feel embarrassed, tricked, or dumb, please be sure to tell. Telling makes it stop. Because what did we find out? The red flag people don't want others to know what they're doing. Telling will help you feel better too. Keeping a secret inside makes us feel yucky, makes our stomach hurt, makes our head hurt, makes us sad. We don't want to keep secrets like that inside, and you shouldn't. You should always talk to a trusted adult. So, a secret is a red flag. There should be no secrets between you and the people you love and trust. Tell your mom, your dad, grandma, pop, or whoever you trust if anything like a red flag thing happens. Even if you got away before anything even happened, tell them everything. Remember that mom and dad and all the people that love you are there to help. They love you no matter what. You are loved and nobody has the right to hurt you. Nobody. The people who really love you want to protect and help you. I want to help other kids know what to do if red flag things start to happen or if something happens to them. That is why my mom and I have written this book. I went to my first sleepover party and had a red flag. I know now that it happens to lots of kids. I know it can happen to anyone. So if it does, remember that it's not your fault. So let's talk for a second about the difference between surprises and secrets. Surprises are something that everybody will eventually get to know. A secret is something that they don't want you to ever tell. So a surprise is like what your mom got your dad or your brother for Christmas. Say your brother really, really wanted a Nintendo Switch and your mom got it for him for Christmas. So that's a surprise because on Christmas Day, everybody's going to get to know. But a secret is something that somebody wants you to keep and not tell anybody else. Now, it's okay for you to have secrets with your friends, like if your friend tells you, "I'm really angry that I didn't do well on that test, but don't tell the rest of the class that I didn't do well. It's embarrassing. Or, like if for those of you who have older siblings, if you have a sister who has a crush on a boy, maybe she tells her friends and she doesn't want her friends to tell. That kind of stuff is okay. But you should never have a secret with an adult. There's really no reason to keep secrets with adults when you're kindergarten through third grade. When you're a kid, there's no reason to have secrets with adults. So surprises are something that everybody gets to find out eventually. And secrets are something different. Okay, so we're going to finish this book. I feel way better after I told my mom. I feel even better now that I am telling you in this book. We hope that if you read this book before a play date, a sleepover, or a day at the park, it will help you know what you can do to help keep yourself safe. And if you read this book after a red flag thing happens, you might feel better knowing that you aren't the only one that this thing has happened to. If you know there are lots of other kids that this has happened to, you might feel more courage to tell. And I really hope so. One more what if. What if you have a parent or caregiver who's touched your privates or made you touch theirs? What if the red flag is up for them? So this is if if somebody that you're really close to, like a mom or dad or grandma or grandpa, somebody that you care about a whole lot. This what if is about that. What if somebody you care about a whole lot does this red flag? This is the hardest what if to understand. If this happens, it can be very confusing and really hard to know what to do. You will have to be extra brave and tell somebody else that you trust. You might want to think about who you have in your life that you really, really trust. Why don't you think about that for just a moment right now? Remember, keep telling until somebody listens. It's very, very important. So keep telling. If the first person doesn't believe you, move on to the next. Keep telling until someone does. If you can't get someone to listen to you, if they don't pay attention to what you say, if they don't believe you and take steps to keep you safe, then as soon as you can, as soon as you are safe, pick up the phone and dial 911. Those are the only 3 numbers you need, 911. And tell them. That should always work. They have to listen at 911. It's their job. They will send someone to help and protect you. All right. So that is the end of the book. I want you to think of 4 people that are your trusted adults. 4 trusted adults. And on Google Classroom, you can print off, there's a blank coloring sheet. It's just a blank face. And I want you to print off 4 of those and color in each of the people that you're thinking of. If you can't print that off, that's perfectly okay. You can take a blank piece of paper and draw the 4 trusted adults that you're thinking of. If you have more, awesome, color them in. But I want you to come up with at least 4 trusted adults. These are people who love you and want the very best for you. So it might be a mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, a friend of the family, a teacher, any trusted adult that you can think of. All right, so I had a really good time reading I Said No with you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those in the comment section under the video. And also, you can always, I'd love to see your color pages. You can leave a picture of those either here or in Google Classroom. So remember, you should never have to keep a secret. Always trust your gut. If it makes you feel yucky, tell someone. Tell someone. All right, you guys, I had a great day. So kindergarten through 2nd grade, I will see you next Monday. All right, remember, be kind and wash your hands. Bye-bye.